Hi, this is Purple Maths, and this is the whole of your week 9 learning. Okay, so once you've watched day 1, just make sure you pause the video before you're ready to watch day 2. So last week and the week before you've been doing lots of multiplication. This week we're moving on to division. So today you're going to be dividing numbers by 3. Okay? So we're going to follow our steps to success to make sure we get to our answer properly. It says, read the question carefully. What number are you dividing by? Circle groups of the number you are dividing by and then fill in the gaps for the division equation. So it says circle the items in groups of 3 and write down the division equations. So that means we are dividing by 3 because we're putting them in groups of 3. First of all, let's see how many donuts we have altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 donuts divided by groups of 3. So let's make groups of 3 and see how many we can make. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means 15 divided by 3 is 5. And that means there are 5 equal groups of 3, okay? So for the next part of your questions, you have to make links between multiplication and division. So our steps to success say, make links between your known multiplication and division facts. If 4 times 3 is 12, then that means that 12 divided by 3 is 4, okay? So for this one, it says something times 3 is 6, okay? So how many groups of 3 are there in 6? Let's see. 1, 2. That means that 2 times 3 is 6. And then if you have 6 of the statues all together and you're dividing them by groups of 3, you get 2 groups of 3. Okay? So moving on to day 2, and today we're dividing by 4. So again, our steps to success say, read the question carefully. What number are you dividing by? Circle groups for the number you are dividing by and then fill in the gaps. So it says circle the items in groups of 4. That means we're dividing by 4. So let's see how many teddies we have all together first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 teddy bears divided by 4 because it's groups of 4. Let's see how many groups of 4 we can make. 1, 2, 3 groups of 4. That means 12 divided by 4 is 3, and that means there are 3 equal groups. So moving on to the second part of your sheet today, again we're going to be making links between our known multiplication and division facts. For example, if 4 times 6 is 24, that means 24 divided by 4 is 6. Okay, so here we go, we've got 8 donuts, and it says write in the missing number. So something times 4 is 8, okay? So how many groups of 4 are there in 8? Let's see. 1, 2. That means 2 times 4, or 2 groups of 4 is 8. And that means that 8 donuts divided by groups of 4 is 2 equal groups, okay? Moving on to day 3, and today you're going to be dividing by 4 and by 8. So, your steps to success say, circle groups of the number you are dividing by. For example, if you are dividing by 4, circle groups of 4. Then you need to write the answer in the box for the number of groups you made. So here we've got lots of bicycles, and the first question says 16 divided by 4, and the second question says 16 divided by 8. So if we look at the first question, 16 divided by 4, okay, we are dividing by 4, so that means we circle groups of 4. So how many groups of 4 can we make? 1, 2, 3, 4. That means 16 divided by 4 is 4, okay? Now for the second question, we're doing 16 divided by 8, okay? So that means we need to circle groups of 8. So how many groups of 8 can we make? 1, 2. That means that 16 divided by 8 is 2, okay? So moving on to your second part of learning today, your steps to success say, read the question carefully. How many items do you need to draw all together on how many equal groups do you need to make? And then fill in the gaps. So the question says, divide 20 donuts into 4 equal groups. That means there needs to be the same amount of donuts in each group. So let's draw the donuts and fill in the blanks. So we've got 20 donuts we're going to put on our plates. 4 different plates. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So now we've divided the 20 donuts into the 4 groups. Okay, so how many donuts do you have on each plate? 20 divided by 4 equals what? And then something times 4 is 20. I'll leave you to fill in those gaps. Moving on to day 4, and today you're going to be answering some word problems using your division knowledge. So, your steps to success say, read the question carefully and highlight the key numbers, work out the division problem that you need to solve, and fill in the gaps with the correct numbers, okay? So, your question says, and we're going to highlight the key numbers, Lulu arranges 40 chairs into rows. There are 8 chairs in each row, okay? How many rows are there? So your question is asking you, you've got 40 chairs altogether, divided by 8 equals what? Okay, and then how many rows are there?